Yes, mates, how's it going? My name's Lee. Today we're going to answer the question on everyone's lips. Should you sell Marcus Rashford after this afternoon's update? Stick around to hear my thoughts on the subject. We're also going to do a quick transfer plan from now up into game week 34. So if that's the kind of thing you're into, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like and leave a comment down below. Anyway, let's rock and roll. So the question you need to ask yourself is it worth selling Marcus Rashford for you, and does it work for your team right now? So United put a statement out today, and Ten Hag came out and did a presser as well, and United basically said he's going to be out for a few games, but he should be back for the season run-in, so towards the back end of the season. So it just depends how you define how many is few. In my mind, say I've got a bag of M&Ms and there's a handful left, and the missus is like, can I have some M&Ms? I'm like, nah, I've only got a few left. Do you know what I mean? So it just depends how how many you consider few. Most would consider it between 3 and 5. Game week 34 is in about 6 games time, so he should be back for game week 34 in essence. So the questions you need to ask yourself is, should you sell him? Yes or no? I think you should sell him if you've got a weak bench, if you've got no free hit, if you're looking to chase, whether that's a mini league or that's just the kind of manager you are, and whether you take risks, I think you should be looking to sell him then. And then it's such a vague injury update. We don't know how bad it is. We don't know how long he's going to be out for specifically. Is he going to get an injury occurrence? And all these kind of play a part in whether you should sell him or not. I don't think you should sell him if you do have a good bench. I mean, if you wildcarded in 26 or further back than that, you should still have a decent bench to move around from that. A lot of people bench Brighton assets, then they could easily come in and take over Rashford, and then that allows you to wait for some more information. And by allowing to wait for more information, you can decide whether he is going to be back for game week 34. And if he is back for game week 34, you're probably going to want him, because we've got decent games. It's a decent double, and it's a decent running from that point to the end of the season. And mate, it's Marcus Rashford, mate. Why would you sell Marcus Rashford? He's an absolute beast. He's a monster, and I don't think he'll be out that long. I don't think Ten Hag will come out and say this if it is a serious injury or not. I think if it was, I think he'd be more precise on times. I think he'll be out for 3 games. I think he'll miss Sevilla tomorrow. He'll be out for the weekend, miss Sevilla the week after, maybe the week after that, the weekend after that, and I think he'll play. I think as Rashford he's always played through the pain barrier. You seen him a few weeks ago when he banged his hip towards half time. He just stays on. This is the kind of player he is. Always plays through the pain barrier, and I think he'll do the same again. If he's about 75% chance of playing, I think he'll play. And that's Rashford for you. He's a beast, and you just need to decide on whether you think it's good for your team to sell him or not. Personally, I'm probably 70% no, I'm going to keep him. James Maddison is doing my head in. I would rather sell Maddison over Rashford right now. I can bench Rashford for a couple of games. I have got the likes of Ben Mee, Botman and McAllister on the bench, so I've still got a decent bench. I've got players to come in and do a job. I don't think it's worth the -4 because, like I said, I am going to want him back if he is fit for game week 34. I would rather wait a week, and if I miss points in the process, I'm okay doing that if I gain a transfer down the line. I also think by keeping him, I think a very popular move is going to be Rashford to Grealish, and I'll come on to some replacements in a moment. Maybe by keeping him, is that the differential move to do? Is that going to afford you 4 points on further on down the line? And up to you, mates, up to you. I don't think it's worth selling him. I'm not going to sell him right now unless I get some more news, or if something comes out that really makes me want a specific player. But no players are really jumping out to me right now, and if you really want someone, do it, go for it. Especially if you're going to be considered a captain further on down the line as well, then 100% do it. But nah, not for me, mate. Anyway, what are you going to do? Are you going to keep him? Are you going to sell him? Let me know down below. Let's have a little chat. So if I've still not convinced you to keep Marcus Rashford, this is who I would consider to be the best Rashford replacements. Jack Grealish, obvious, Gundo, Elise, and then any of the Arsenal boys really. Like if you've sold them all, I still think going back to Saka is a great option. Martinelli's in great form. Odegaard's probably third out of those three, but he's still a solid option. So City have got great games. They've got a double coming up. The double's really good. Grealish is the form of his life. The only issue I've got with both of those is that they've both played a lot of minutes recently. Pep Roulette is always a thing going on. It would not surprise me if Grealish doesn't play on the weekend. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if Gundogan doesn't play on the weekend, but just depends. I saw KDB went off injured. If he is out, I would expect Gundo to play more then. He's getting some shots away, and I think when Haaland's not on the pitch and Alvarez isn't on the pitch, I think he's the third choice penalty taker. So, like, in that instance, you have got a backup penalty taker. He's a bit of an outside shot, like I said, but he's still there. Elise, I like him, and he's a baller, mate. He's like, what a guy. He's a really good player. I would be warned though. He hasn't had like any returns by the last game in like the past 5 or 6 games. His season returns are 2 goals and 8 assists. So we got 3 on the weekend. So in the rest of the games, he got 2 goals and 5 assists. I'd just be wary of that, mate. Like, Leeds are always like a one-off game, and like, I know Javi Gracia came in and they play a little bit differently, but it's still Leeds, mate. Like they are prone to crumbling. And if you watch the game, Leeds were winning 1-0 at half time. Like, a couple of goals goes in, head go down, and he just runs riot, mate. He's such a good player. I think he's the riskier one, and if you need the money, I don't think he's a bad option. If you don't have a free hit, I think going to someone like an Elise with great fixtures, they play in 32 as well. I think Elise is a great option if you don't have a free hit. Same with the Arsenal boys. If you don't have a free hit, I think an easy move to Saka or Martinelli. They got West Ham this week. They play in 32. They're a good side, mate. Like, I know they've got this tough run in. Arsenal aren't going to lose 3 games between now and the end of the season. Like, they're still going to score goals. They're still going to win games. I think they'll probably lose 1, maybe 2. One of those being against City itself. So I don't think they're particularly bad options anymore. Like people think that they're just going to fall apart. They've came through every single test throughout this season. They're going to keep doing it. They'll still be up there towards the end of the season. I think there's only going to be maybe 1 or 2, 3 points in it. It might even go down to goal difference if they both win all the games bar City beating Arsenal. Level on points, City win on goal difference. I think that's the way the season might go. And do you want to be part of a title chasing team, and the player that's most revolved around is Saka? So I don't mind the Rashford to Saka move. Other than that, yeah, Grealish, Gundo, I'm unsure. If you're asking me to pick anyone, it's still going to be Grealish. He's in great form. He's looking the real deal right now. Like, he looked good against Bayern last night as well. I'd probably go Grealish, Saka, Martinelli, Gundo, Elise out of those 5. There are a couple more players that I've seen being touted around. Mahrez, I just don't see it, mate. Like, if anyone's prone to Pep Roulette out of any City players, it's Mahrez. He can come in, play a blind, and then not play for the next 3 or 4 weeks. I'd be wary of that. Like, I just don't trust it. Like, the player that I'd be bringing in isn't necessarily for this week. It's mainly looking at the double in 34 as well. So that's something that I'm wary of. Don't know, mate. Don't know. It's a tough one. Am I missing anyone out? Harvey Barnes? Nah, not for me. I'm trying to move away from Leicester. They're just a complete mess. If anything, I'm trying to sell my Leicester boys. Can't wait to sell Maddison. If anything, I'm looking at Maddison to Grealish. Like I said before, I'm not looking at selling Rashford. I'm looking at selling Maddison. He's just shocking. I think Dean Smith will come in. He'll do a decent job. They'll have less of the ball. They'll play less attacking, and it might all revolve around Maddison. But I'm not taking the chance. Zaha 2.0, Mr. Troll himself. Anyway, yeah, like I said, if you are selling Rashford, who are you going to bring in? Are you going to bring any of these boys in? Are you looking at anyone else? Leave a comment down below, like I said. Let's have a little chat. Right, mate, so I've popped onto FPL.team. Great site, I'll leave a link down below. And this is great for cycling through different game weeks. So this is my team for game week 31. As you can see, I'm playing... A lot of my players are playing away from home to begin with, and a lot of them have got tough games. So you can see Maddison up against City, Brighton up against Chelsea, and then I've got like kind of clashes. So I've got my triple Newcastle defence, even though Pope's on the bench, up against Watkins. I can see Watkins scoring in that. And the only one that I'm really confident about doing anything at all in this is Haaland and Kane. The rest might be 2-pointers, mate. So I'm probably gonna go. I'm probably looking at someone like Maddison down to Grealish, which allows me a bit more money from that point of view. Assuming Rashford's gonna be back, and then my team's just an absolute mess for 32. Luckily, I've got a free hit. This is where the thing comes in, where if you don't have a free hit, this is probably where you're selling Rashford, because you probably got Maddison. A lot of people got Maddison. Rashford doesn't have a game bringing in someone like an Elise. It just makes perfect sense. Free hit on that bad boy. Move on to game week 33. And my team doesn't look too bad, but only if these are back. And this is where it might allow me to kind of shuffle some things around. Some players in this week, I wouldn't mind bringing back in some of the Liverpool boys. I can't quite afford it in this instance, and game week 34 is the one where I'm really trying to focus on, and I'm really trying to put all my transfer, all my free transfers into this game week, and this is the one that I'm trying to focus on. So the team that I'm kind of thinking that I might have is something like that with two free transfers, and then that could allow me to go for something like, depending on whether Evan Ferguson plays, I don't mind something like a Ferguson, and then I'd probably go McAllister out, you know. McAllister, someone like a Salah. Don't mind that team at all, mate. Not at all. I think that is solid, and this is the thing. I've got how many doubles have I got? I've got 9 doubles, 2 singles up against really good teams, Southampton and Forest. I could even play double Newcastle defence in Pope. And this is where I would jump on this site, I would look at your transfers, and whether taking Rashford out is going to impact anything. Because if he is back for this week and you've taken him out, mate, like Villa and Brighton, like I know Brighton have a good side, but like Rashford is so explosive. And you look at his fixtures as well, between now and the end of the season, so after game week 34, West Ham, Wolves, Bournemouth, Fulham, mate, you're going to want Rashford. You're definitely going to want him back as a minimum. Potential captain here, I mean, I can't see past Haaland personally. But I'd definitely want Rashford back for this week. Now I'm kind of thinking about it. I'd probably want KDB, you know. I'd rather have KDB. Maybe even take a hit and bring in like a Trent or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Oh, cheeky, mate. I'll have a bit of that. How's that? Go on then. You move next week. Ignore the price, mate, because we'll wing that at a later date, won't we? We don't have to worry about that now. Watkins comes in for Ferguson. Team's looking solid again, and it's like that all the way through to the end of the season. Then, so this is the reason why I'm thinking keep Rashford, take out Maddison. I'm done with him, mate. I can't be bothered. He's doing my head in. And yeah, like I said, like try and focus all your transfers, focusing on this game week 34 team, because if you can nail this, you're sweet for the rest of the season. Anyway, what do you think about my team? Ignore my minus 0.5 in the bank. No one needs to know about that. If we just scroll down, there we go. No one even knows. Yeah, how's your team looking? How's your team looking this week? What's your plans for game week 34? How many doubles have you got coming on? Have you checked out the site FPL.team? If you haven't, I'll leave a link down below. Do check it out, mate. It's a beast. Alright, mate, so that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. So today we answered the main question: should you sell Marcus Rashford? And right now I'm saying no. I'm going to keep him. It works best for my team. I'm going to want him back, and I don't see the point in selling a player that I want back in 2 weeks. Let me know what you're thinking about doing down below. Let's have a little chat. If you're new to the channel and you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and leave a comment down below. Peace and love.